We gonna try your honor shit.
Holy shit, that'd be fine.
You look like you rap about the lives of the real niggas in your city, then try to convince us that they living through you. No. You look like you tell people your family members ain't shit, when really you just be wanting to borrow money and ain't nobody want to give it to you. No. You look like you still stay in your mom's basement, but you got your own door down there, so when the bitches come and chill, you tell them, look, we just gonna chill in my man cave. No, you look like, bah! Another dumbass nigga that'll get shot in his damn face, cause all that hee ha comedian shit, I ain't feeling it, bro. So for every knock, it's a pop. Now which one of you other motherfuckers wanna finish the joke?
I ain't a rapper, I'm a crip. I hang with gangbangers, not rap niggas. Fuck the money, I got homies that'll slap jiggle. And everybody claiming gang, but ain't nobody rap.
Alright, what's going on, YouTube? I'm gonna do something a little bit different here and talk about a non-established battle rapper. So we're gonna get into something new. It's a PG battler. The name is Swamp. Out of Marion, South. Just gonna get into it. Like, Easy Next. He seems to have a whole lot of buzz about him already, and he doesn't really seem to have more than about 4 or 5 battles online. I think against Polo, some no-name guys, and then recently against Your Honor in May, and then Bad News, I think just last month. But the battles that everybody's talking about is against Your Honor and Bad News. To me, he 30 both. And the thing about him that people are talking about is that he's original, okay? So you're not gonna hear him go out there and try to force idioms and like stretch words like you're gonna see a lot of the common battle rappers do out here. He does have a southern accent, which I don't wanna make that part of his package or like kind of highlight that, because it's really just the way he talks. And I hear, like, to me, that's pretty normal, because I'm from Alabama and Atlanta and lived in Florida and stuff like that. So the way he talks to me is pretty common. But I get to the rest of the world, it's something new, it's something different. But I feel like even without the accent, some of the things he was saying would still hit, it would still resonate. Actually, pretty much all of it. Excuse me if you see me looking down here, I gotta check my notes. But the real thing that pops out to you when you see him is that he has good stage presence. He will cater and nurture the crowd as he goes along. Even in his intro, he'll say like the locations he's at. So he was in Richmond, Virginia. He'll start off like, Richmond, what up? Hey, the crowd will say something back, and he'll be like, let's eat. Get your dinner said, blah, blah, blah. Same dude you see on the internet. We'll do the same kind of deal when he goes into it. In the interviews, he seems very brash, very extra aggressive towards the opponent. It's kind of like fuck you out the gate. When he got on with Don Marino, he was not trying to have no type of conversation whatsoever with Don, really. He feels almost disrespected that Don is actually taking the Geechee Gotti battle directly prior. And he vocalized that, and you will hear right there in the interview how he feels about it. He's pretty straightforward, pretty blunt. Doesn't freestyle at all. So you don't see that from him pretty much ever. And you'll hear him talk about the caliber of his opponent, and that kind of dictates what he's gonna do. He said against Your Honor, he had to actually rap, and that's him rapping. Against Bad News, he said he pretty much just had to talk to him and he could 30 him, which he did. I think the Your Honor battle, he went a little bit harder than the Bad News battle. But now, as you can see with all this attention, everybody's looking at him to be able to repeat what he did against a previous battle. Because if he's able to repeat what he did against Bad News, he's a URL battler ready to go against some of the more established people. But he's caught the eye of Calico, Sue Surf, definitely Tay-Rock after that Bad News battle. He had some bars for Tay-Rock. And Smack himself. You'll see a little cut.
Go. Good.
Yeah, y'all see Smack.
Yo, y'all already know, man. The next thing smoking, man. Y'all already know I'm fucking with my nigga Swamp, nigga. Yeah, nigga. Whoa, man.
Y'all about to
Yo,
go
they
to
put another play for you already? You got something
Survivor
already?
Series. Don Marino, October 27th. Yeah.
So October 25th, he battles Don Marino in New York for the Survivor Series. I think this is probably going to be Swamp's most important battle for him. I think Don, this battle is becoming more for Don than he anticipated. This is not just another PG battle where he can just kind of go through the motions. It's pretty much Don or Swamp here. I think this battle could be a springboard for both. Although Don somehow has a Geechee Gotti battle. So, I mean, I guess he's kind of like already in there, but this battle for Swamp is pretty big because I think this will springboard him to a real established URL opponent and really get the eyes out there. One thing I do want to say about Swamp is that his bars aren't really complex, right? So he's not going to use idioms. He'll use a double entendre here or there, but you know, he wouldn't be the first one to not use overly complex bars to kind of get his point across and win the battle. You'll see Goods do that. Hitman Holla made a career out of it, and now you see Grizz Rothstein kind of doing the same thing, where it's more about how you say it rather than what you say. And of course, you kind of throw in some wordplay in there too to kind of really get the win, but it's kind of like how you say it. It seems like Swamp's focus really is to go out here and just cuss out his opponent. Just be more aggressive, cuts out the opponent. He does throw in some wordplay, does have a dry sense of humor that he throws in there too, but he can make a regular bar great by how he sets it up. His setup is also immaculate. Very good setups, kind of unpredictable. You don't know where he's going when he lands, and that's what gets the effect and crowd going as well too. So that's what I have on Swamp. Who do you guys want to see him battle next? I want to see you leave a comment in the comment section below. Who do you want to see Swamp battle next? And I don't want to hear any T-Tops, right? So I know he's been getting into it with T-Top. That's not a battle I want to see anytime soon. I want him to establish himself and create his own name before he goes up there, you know, with T-Top. You know, T-Top is also one of those guys who can take a non-complex bar and just blow it up. T-Top made the whole third round a classic off of, oh, this guy works at Walmart. Okay, he made that a whole, round, and he made it the classic round. And it was a simple, basic angle. And I think that's kind of something that Swamp can do too. He can take something small, he can take a basic bar and make it bigger than what it is, kind of with how he sets it up and goes about saying it. So that's what I have on Swamp. Who do you want to see battle next? I want to see him battle Chef Trez. Chef Trez seems like he's out the door, about to stop battle rapping. I guess he said because his heart's not in it or whatever, but I think he has all the talent in the world. He's one of those guys who's not going to get bullied, and he's also going to bring something to the table that Swamp hasn't faced yet, and that's somebody who can rebuttal and really just rap with him at a rapid pace. And I just want to see what Swamp does when somebody who can actually rap is in front of him and see how he responds. All right, leave a like, comment, subscribe. That's what we have on Swamp. Peace.